This is going to be such a great episode. I'm so excited about it. You know why? Because I'm quite beside myself. Oh, yeah, that's a bad one.
But Doctor, you can't do that.
Okay, well, let's get down to business today. Today, there's been a few requests, and I've helped a couple of guys in the last week build Cobble generators that similar to the one that I have on my island over there. So it's highly efficient and highly effective, and it's easy to get it fixed if you happen to mess it up. So that's why I'm here to show that today. We're going to build it, and in this chest I have pretty much everything I believe you're going to need to build it. So let's just take a look at the inventory. Something about like that. You're going to need at least 4 chests, some signs, a couple of building blocks that don't break easily with a pickaxe. I use glass on Skyblock server because colored glass is really cheap. You need some. These are just some starter ore blocks. You need 15 of them exactly. That's why I put 15 of them in there. This design, you can have a minimum. You need a minimum of 12 hoppers, but you could do it with more if you wanted a more elaborate storage system. 6 buckets of lava, 5 buckets of water, and we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and get all these materials. Let's start with that, and then we will also get the glass and the signs to start with right away. All right. So the trick to this one, and some people, I think some people discount how much, how the size at which you need to build these. And some of it is mining style, and some of it is not. But I'm going to go ahead and start over here. I'm going to right here. I'm going to. Is this long enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay. So right here. Let's put down, actually, let's put it down right here and then right here. Okay, and then we need 1, 2, 3 spaces in between and put the chest there. That you need 3 spaces here to approach the cobble gen, and I'll show you that in a minute why. But for now, let's get started with the base so we can kind of get started on something. Okay, so the trick to this cobble gen is that you have to make it 5 blocks long, and it also needs to be 3 blocks wide. And I'm talking about the surface that's actually going to be the cobble generator itself. So this one here doesn't count because this is going to be going into the chest. So this is really the first block of length that's going to go into the let's go ahead and put this one over too. That is going to go into the cobble generator itself. So this will be 1 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, this is the end block over here. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, let's continue this down. All right, so now you can see we have the bed. This is actually how big the cobble generator will be, the footprint of it. But the mining surface itself will be a little smaller. Let's go ahead and grab our hoppers because we do need 12 to start with. But this isn't too much. It's easy to obtain. It's easy to build. So first 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I get asked several times by people, well, can I use a different block besides glass? Yes, you can use any block you want that's not going to get either burned up by the lava or that's not going to be easily destroyed with a pickaxe. Like if you try to use stone bricks or you try to use this for the body of this, I guarantee you at some point you're going to slip up or your mouse is going to slip and you're going to tear a big hole in it and you're going to have a big fix job. This one is easier to fix than most, but I figure, hey, why do that to myself if I don't have to? Let's just keep, let's not worry about that. So I like to use glass, but that is just me. You guys do whatever you want. I'm just going to show you the mechanics of how this works and why it's specifically the dimensions and other things that it is. Okay, so this gives us enough room to start working so you can start seeing more of the mechanics of the cobble gen. All right, first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put there's 3 signs here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 signs right on top of each other. This is going to be the front of it. Okay, so the lava is going to be right behind that. And let me put one there too. Okay, so this is basically the footprint of it, and where we can start adding the lava in. So let's do that. Let's do 6 You need a minimum of 6 lava. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. You could put more. You could put 1 lava bucket in each space, but I thought about doing this in a conservative way for you guys. So forgive me there, I'm on fire. But I'm cool about it. It's fine. You know, hey, you know, the doctor can take it, right? That's why I'm here. Okay, there we go. So that gets us the lava bed that we need. It needs to cover all of it, so you need to have a reactive space on all 15 of those blocks. And that'll do it right there. You don't really need to do much else. Okay. So that's the lava. You can see you're going to stand here. The signs will hold back the lava. And yeah, they're wood, I know. And a wood block would burn up, yeah, of course. But the signs, for whatever reason, don't. We use them all over the island with lava, and they just fine. You probably already know that. Excuse me. So what the starter blocks are for are this. So you can come through and you can put in the 3 blocks you need to separate. You could really use any block here. I'm just, you don't need to have ore. But I just did just to sort of illustrate a point. There we go. All right, so the next part of it, the top of it, is where I really put the engineering into this, because I built a couple of these versions where I had it, and you know, I had the same problem that a lot of, just like I told you about, you know, the lessons I learned about the breaking it and having problems and being easy to fix are one thing. And I saw a lot of guys that anytime they had a problem in their cobble generator, or they slipped up and they destroyed a hopper on the side or something, they had to like take out all the water and to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go and get fetch buckets and, you know, pull out all my water. I just want to be able to get in there and fix it easily, or easier anyway. All right, so we have, I'm going to get a little more glass. The water here is going to come next, but let's add another layer. You guys are seeing me do this all on cam. But let's just go ahead and put all this down. I'm going to build the minimum amount here. You can close off the top. I do suggest that you close off the top however you want. At the end of the video, I'll show you how I did mine, just so you can kind of see why I did it that way. All right, so now, since we have that, we can go ahead and put the brow bar across the top. Forge Master. See if we can get done by then. I'll go fight that guy. Okay, so next are the water buckets. And the reason I need 5 water buckets is for this. All right, so I want the water to cascade off of the sides and into the hoppers, but I also want it to be easy to repair if I break it. So I'm going to put the water here in the middle. Okay, so there. Now what's happening is as the ores break, what will happen is it will float off to the sides and down into the hoppers. Now, I do suggest putting a lid on this, because as you break these, especially with a more powerful pickaxe, it's going to have some ricochet effect, and you're going to lose some over the sides. And it's just, you know, it's better if you have a top on it. But I still like to be able to get in there to fix it. So I'm going to get my good pickaxe out here. Don't tell anybody where I keep it, okay? It's a secret. All right. So just to show you that this works, I go through, break each one of these. The reason I had to build it 5 blocks long is because that's, if I'm standing right next to the block, that's how far my pickaxe can reach. I can't reach any further, and I don't need to go any, that's the reason it's 5 blocks long. If you didn't know that, that's why. Okay, but let's say that I mess up. And so you notice I'm very careful about how I come in and when I approach the block, and I go at it like this. But if I was to be a little bit off like this, watch, I'm going to break this. Okay, oops, I just broke my cobble gen. What do I do now? So here it is. I broke my 3 hoppers back here. Oh boy, am I in trouble. Let's get the pieces. Do I have 3 hoppers? Or do I? Yes, I do. Okay. So let's consolidate some inventory up here. My 3 hoppers are broke. What do I do? Okay, so I messed up and broke this thing out, and now it wouldn't cycle and it wouldn't put stuff in my chests. Okay, well, this is why I built it 5 blocks long and I put the water in the middle so that I can do this. Let me come back and show you. This side is broken. I can come down here and I can put glass here, you notice, and I'm not displacing my water source blocks. So I can come down here. I can break. Oop, I need to get up. I'm going to burn up in lava. Not good. Okay. Then I can come back and I can put down my hoppers and I can fix it. And I didn't have to go and remove all my water source blocks. So that makes me very happy. Okay. There we go. So now it's fixed. Now we're back in action. So I also wanted to, you can mine in the center here. It's not a completely lossless system, but the ores do tend to eject up and not down into the lava. Occasionally I know that I'm probably losing a little bit into the lava, but I don't think it's much because it really does a good high yield. And remember, I am running the slash hopper filter feature, so I'm not picking up and I'm not putting everything into these chests as they go. Just the good stuff. Okay, and you can also mine on each side. You could have more than one person using this one at a time, and that's the reason I made it this way. So a couple guys had been asking about it, and I said, hey, give me a couple of days and I'll make a video on it. A guy on one of my last videos left a comment just the other day, and I told him, yeah, I'll do that because other people had been asking me the same thing. All right, well, that's it. You can, at the end, that's it for as far as the construction of the cobble gen. No redstone. This is faster. It is, and I'm sure somebody out there probably has a better design than me, but this one works for me, and it's easier for me to repair, so I like it. The top of it, I'll show you what I did over here on the ones that I built for the island. These here, I built these tops on it because what I noticed was both that a lot of ores were coming out, and also, honestly, if I'm honest, there were people, I'd be down here mining my heart out, and you can't see much. You know, you're sitting here mining and you can't see a whole lot. I noticed that people, mainly my island mates, were AFKing over here picking up all my good stuff. So to fix that, I know that they can still get in there and do it, but a time or two, I also had a stranger who came to the island, saw me doing that, and noticed that I probably wasn't paying too much attention to who was around me, and they sat there and they were collecting things that were discarded. They were getting into the hoppers and just loading up. Like I'm Donald Trump or something. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, that's about all I got for today. So I do appreciate everybody coming and having a peek, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great one.